Celebrate! And that was in honor of Miss Karen Allen's birthday today. Woohoo! And we'd like you to join us on our first sing-along song this morning, which is Thank You for This Day. Here we are.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. For my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
All right, I'd like to introduce our musicians this morning. We have our fabulous, wonderful band. Ed Cusby on guitar, Bill Dixon on bass, David Page on drums. Our song leaders this morning are the wonderful Karen Allen, Birthday Girl, and Rick Dale. I'm Diane King over here at the keys, and our soloist this morning is the fabulous Jennifer Trevor. And now it's your chance to stand on up, stretch those legs, and join us on another sing-along song, a Ricky Byers tune called Holy, Holy Way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Oh, let in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I've gone.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
It's time to meet, greet your neighbor. Go say hello, high five 'em. And work your way on back because we have more singing to do. And here we go. We're going to sing Serve. Oh, let me serve. And here we are.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder.
Let me talk each day a little kinder.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love
in a holy, holy way.
Good morning, everyone. All of these beautiful, holy, holy people that are so whole in so many ways. Welcome to our center this morning. I'm so glad that you chose to be here with us to celebrate life. So, my name is Patty Mercado. I'm one of your assistant ministers, and we're going to start the next step of the service with the lighting of faith. The cue for you, O Hanyo, Almighty One. Almighty One. We together perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faith, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As our practitioner Hans Smith lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here. I invite you as we anchor, recognize that which is without beginning, without end. That divine, creative life that infinite wealth that knows only to reveal, knows only to wholeness, creative intelligence. It is known by many. So I know that all of life, I know and I trust that all experiences are in this. Know and I accept it. Welcome the me in and through and therefore in and through and as each one of us today as this beautiful community. And so as we join together in the sacred activity of knowing the divine, we are joining together in the activity of knowing ourselves, knowing the divinity of God within ourselves so that we may know it in each other, so that we may bring that idea of wholeness and wellness and truth to every aspect of our life. So I know and I declare on behalf of each of us that there is an opening, that there is a greater acceptance of that divine idea of the one life, God, is whole, perfect, and complete. And it is the truth for each and every one of us. And so as I allow this idea to permeate throughout our time together this morning, I know that it deepens. It deepens and it expands and evokes. And so I am grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to come together in community and to come together in knowing this divinity. I'm grateful to share it with each one who is here, and I'm grateful to share it with the world. And as I release this word, I know I'm releasing it to a perfect law. That law has already said yes. So I simply accept it as so. I let it be. And please join me in knowing this. And so it is. Now, confirm our effort today with our practitioner, and that is Marlene Kuckler. So welcome up, Miss Marlene.
Law, heaven's first law. I open my mind. The law of harmony, heaven. Open my mind.
Thank you, Marlene. And now please welcome Jennifer Trevor.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hans reminded me that it's a beautiful day for a beautiful day. It is indeed a lovely day. Lovely day.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and my heart is filled with pain, the smile I had up on my face is gone. I can't feel the sunshine from the rain. When I look at you, then the world's alright with me. Oh, just one thought of truth, and I know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, and a lovely day, lovely day. When that day that lies ahead of me just seems impossible to face. Oh, and someone else instead of me. Oh, yeah, they seem to know the way. Oh, then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Oh, yeah, just one thought of truth. And I know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. It's a beautiful day, it's a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. It's your birthday, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day. All right, listen to this. I know we're going through some stuff now. We feel like giving up now. The spot is tough, but how can we learn if we don't fall? How can we walk if first we don't crawl? Through it all, he keeps blessing me while they're pressing me and they're testing me. This is stressing me, but they do not know about spirit flow. Go show. Oh, and I look at you, then the world is alright with me. Yeah, just one thought of truth. And I know it's gonna be lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, my lovely, lovely day, 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 lovely day. Lovely day, 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 a lovely day.
All right. Jennifer Trevor. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please welcome our very own Reverend Heather Dawn Clark.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, band. I'm going to start by actually inviting someone else to come up here, and you know him. It's our own Reverend Bruce Fredenberg.
Hi. Dr. Heather had asked me to talk about tithing. There's a reason for that. Like many people, I came to the teaching in a time of trouble. And prior to that, things had just been increasing and improving in all aspects of life for more than a decade. And during that time, I was worried and anxious. Work. And I realized in retrospect, things got better despite my worry, not because of my worry. But then external circumstances, what I perceived, economy, consequences of bad decision making, just things. years, I did this teaching. Over time, I learned that there are ways better. One of the ways is things happen first here, then out there. But I still found that over time, I still was anxious about money. Wounds stuck for a while. But I really liked this place. We had a different place, that place too, and I wanted it to thrive and support, and it's supported by my giving. So I wanted to be a giver, but I was still afraid. I picked the smallest, 2%. I'll give that. Then I got to 2.5%. Eventually, I got confidence farther. And then I took a prosperity class together, required to tithe 10%. And they also said that at the end of the course you weren't happy, well, you tithe back. That's a risk-free opportunity. So I started dealing with giving money without. I found the more I gave, summer money and good things came from different directions. But what I discovered most was even giving 10%, I was doing more. And I also realized that your spirit doesn't need money. This place does. Like to look good, right? But spirit doesn't. I needed to. And so by being able to give confidently, patient. So I just stayed with 10%. Things continue to get better. To me, that's really tithing. It's my benefit to give up my. So giving money when you're afraid, that's a good idea. I also like that we are a tithing church. Give 10% home office and spiritual living, and they do good things in the world. I'm sitting around watching a football game. I am doing good things in the world because my frozen energy in the form of money is going out and doing wonderful things. So I would encourage you to consider that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. It is, as you know, Reverend Patty and I are teaching a Financial Peace University class right now. And the great thing about this class, because it's about money management, it's about telling your money what to do, it's about getting out of debt and being debt-free. But whenever he has an example, which he hasn't talked about at all, the very first thing on the budget is tithe. Then under that, charitable contributions. So he says they're two different things, but he hasn't said a word about it. But it's right there in black and white, which is so good. Thank you so much, Bruce. We're going to have a prayer wall in a few minutes. Practitioners, just stay seated for a moment. This is an opportunity for every single person here to have a very short affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment. It's a day that I would encourage everyone to just listen to your heart. If there's anything that you'd like changed, better, more, less than, whatever it is, that's the time to speak it. It's going to be a short prayer. It isn't going to be a long, like what happens if you go to a practitioner and make an appointment, have a consultation. It's going to be short. But before we begin, I was reminded this week how important it is to listen to your feelings, to listen to what's going on within you. So let's just take a moment, a brief moment, close your eyes and ask your highest self, what's going on within me right now? Don't make it wrong. Just notice it. Out of whatever's going on within you right now will come the purpose of your prayer. And I was reminded so greatly this week, David Alexander, my good friend in Portland, reminds us that the first step of treatment isn't recognition, it's purpose. We start with our purpose. Why do we want the prayer in the first place? So when you come up, tell your practitioner what you want, what the purpose is of your treatment, and that practitioner will give you a short prayer for that purpose. And if you want more prayer after service, you still will have practitioners available, or you can call them. Got a whole list of people. So would the practitioners now come forward, please, practitioners and ministers, and we'll line up right here. All around. Maybe we could go down a little further this way, Reverend Patty. So there, great. So we're open for treatment. There, that's good. That's great. And don't wait for your favorite one to come forward. Just come on forward and get the first person that you get. It'll be the right one, the right treatment. And please mute my mic so that I can also participate. Look at all the practitioners. There's room for each one of you to come forward and get a prayer. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, practitioners. You may be seated. It's our most powerful tool, prayer. Do it often, but don't bypass whatever's going on. Make sure that you listen to what's going on so that you're praying for the right thing, praying rightly. The topic this morning is highest good for all, and it really comes from our global vision, which says, I believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe that heaven is within us and we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. In other words, it's already here. It's already here. It's already here. It's within each one of us. But to experience it, we need to become conscious of it. We need to become aware that good is natural and normal. And what I know, and thank you for the wonderful song, Jennifer, what I know is that here in this room, there's every kind of feeling. There's every kind of experience about the election. There's jubilation and there's disappointment. There's discouragement and there's encouragement. I'll tell a little bit on my older sister. She doesn't know I'm telling you this, but you know, Canada's a little bit slower than the United States in many things, and especially drugs. So the law that you passed, the citizens passed about marijuana, she's going to be thrilled about because she's never tried pot. She's 75 years old. And she keeps telling her children who are in their 40s that she really wants to do this. And she was going to fly off to Colorado all by herself, and so that she could do this, because she won't do it illegally, because you know that's the same rule following that I do. You won't break the rules, but if it's legal, so now I can invite her here to be with me. I could supervise her while she's doing it. So thank you, everybody who voted in that way. And my nephews, of course, are just, Mom, you don't even want to do it. You know, they don't want her to do this. They're both in their 40s. So anyway, I'll supervise it. Jeff and Darren, relax. Your mother will be fine. She's not going to go over the deep end from one thing. And I want to explain why I'm wearing a safety pin. What I noticed this week for myself was that I was short-tempered a lot, way more than was necessary. And I'm sure there were subjective beliefs coming through, but what I want to be, what I intend to be, is a safe place for everyone. Whether you voted Republican or Democrat, whether you voted for Trump or against him, for Hillary or against her, whether you are black, white, brown, red, or yellow, whether you are gay, lesbian, transgender, but mostly I wear it over my heart because I want to remind me and any other minority I left out, I want to remind me to be a safe place for me. Because that critical parent in my mind, that critic in my mind, makes a heyday when I judge that I've done something incorrect, when I haven't been good enough, when I haven't been giving enough, when I haven't been listening well enough. It's judging, and I am not saying do this. I'm saying be a safe place. So the safety pin, and yes, it did come from Great Britain, and yes, it was a political statement, but I'm telling you what it means to me. It means that I, Heather, want to more than ever before be a safe place for all beings. Thank you. Thank you. To be a safe place for everybody, regardless of convictions, politics, or anything. And really looking forward to getting on with life and having that good life. So wholeness is our topic, and the person who wrote the outline is the wonderful Reverend Dr. Harry Morgan Moses, who used to be in San Diego and is now in Burbank. And one of the quotes he has from Dr. Holmes is this. He says, "Perfect God within me, perfect life within me, which is God, come forth into expression through me as that which I am. Lead me ever into the paths of perfection and cause me to see only the good. By this practice, the soul shall become illumined." So that was in quotes, and this is from the textbook. "By this practice, the soul shall become illumined and will acquaint itself with God and be at peace. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect." That's on page 185, paragraph 2. So we're calling forth that which is within us to come forth as the truth, as the good that is our inheritance. His next quote is from 337, and he says this: "They have done away with the evil as a cosmic entity." Now, Ernest Holmes was, even though he was raised way back in the day, his mother especially was very wise. She would not let him learn any fear-based religion. There was no devil, no hell, no torment. And he's got this all in caps: no devil, no hell, no torment, no damnation outside of one's own state of thought. No punishment outside of that self-inflicted through ignorance, and no salvation outside of conscious cooperation with the infinite. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. We sing another Ricky Byers Beckwith song quite often: "I'm choosing heaven today." Isn't it a great day to choose heaven? Choose heaven today. It's up to each one of us to do that, to call forth the good, to perceive correctly that life is for us, and that if we're going through hell, it's our thinking that's put us there. And we can choose heaven. We could choose heaven right now. Are you willing? You're willing to go deeper and be more fulfilled than ever before? Are you willing to tell yourself the truth about what's going on? And then listening to that truth, taking appropriate action. One of the things that is so evident is how necessary stillness and meditation is. How necessary it is to get still. Listen to that voice for God within you. What is it saying to you? You know what? I know that no matter what it's saying, it's going to be something in celebration of you. Something that acknowledges your good, your greatness, and your powerfulness. And also the good, the greatness, and the powerfulness of the people that are sitting beside you, your family and friends at home, that everyone is included, that everyone is important to be part of this community. Are you choosing heaven, or are you creating hell? And you know what? Where it begins right there in your consciousness, in your mind. And then from that place in mind, you can call forth what it is that you intend. What are you intending? And in your feeling state, once you've felt it, then I invite you to dump it. Let it go, because otherwise you just get poisoned with it. Once you've felt it and acknowledge what it is you want instead of this, be willing to let it go. I kind of visualize flushing it. No, let it go, because it is stuff that no longer serves you. Might have served you at one time, but it doesn't anymore. So let it go. Unless, of course, it's heaven. If it's heaven, have more of it. Have more of it. For many years, the practitioners know they've been praying for me for this for a long time about my finances. And I got a statement. I decided I would just put cash in to my IRAs. I'd just put cash in, and that's why I'd be safe. Well, I got my statement. No, $50 they charged me for having below acceptable levels of money in their money market. I think it's time for me to change my system. I think that what the universe is telling me isn't that I need to pay more attention, although I do, but I do need to change who I'm banking with. How could they? I've got all this money, 3/4 of my money is in cash, and they said I didn't have enough. So it's something about levels of cash, and they charged me $50. Well, okay. Right? But it helped me pay attention. It got my attention because I thought I was being so clever and so safe because I put it all in cash in a money market, which is supposed to grow money, at least theoretically. Okay. So, see, it doesn't have anything to do with the instrument. It has to do with me and my consciousness. The practitioner's back at it. Back at it. I need a shift in consciousness where I see that every good thing grows even better. Grows and expands. That there's more good. Is there more good for you today? Yes. Yes, there is. Are you a safe place to be? Yes. Well, let me ask that again. Are you a safe place to be? Good. Happy to know that. Whew. I knew you were. I knew you were. You're a safe place to be because you know who you are. We're reminded in Scripture that let your light so shine before men that they know who you are. So it doesn't even matter what we say. It doesn't matter where we are, but who are we wherever we are? Can people see who you are? Do they see your light shining? And I'll give you a hint. It'll end up in this part of your face. It'll end up as joy, as happiness, as gratitude, and as optimism. We are the ones to make the difference. And we make it regardless of circumstances. Reverend Bruce said it when he was giving his talk about tithing. Jennifer said it. It starts with us having an intention so that an inner intention so that our outer circumstances can change. And that everyone is welcome. Each and every one is welcome. There's greater good for each one of us. Take advantage of prayer treatment. Take advantage of the silence in your own mind, in your own being. And let the joy that's natural in God to bubble up in you. To bubble up in you. Several months ago, Bill told me a story that his pastor had told him. And I hope I get it right, Bill, because it's a good day to tell it. Yes, you, Bill. Your other pastor. He said that there was a man that had started practicing tithing, and so I've got the right story. Now we'll see if I get it right. That he gave 10%. He was making not very much, but he gave 10% of that, not very much. And his money just started increasing. And so the next year he made 30,000. And so he gave $3,000 and he was pleased about this. And it just kept going till finally he made he made $1 million. Made $1 million. He didn't want to tithe that $100,000. So he thought, well, I'll just go. I'll do what the pastor tells. I'll go to him and ask him to pray for me. I'll talk to the pastor about it. So we went to the pastor and he said, Pastor, I just don't think it's right. It's too much. I shouldn't have to give this much. And the pastor said, do you want me to pray for you? I said, yes, please pray for me. So the pastor went off in the corner of his office and he sat there and he sat there and he sat there and he sat there. He thought, has the pastor forgotten I'm here? Does he remember I'm here? And he said, Pastor, are you still there? And the pastor says, yes, I am, but God just doesn't understand how you want to make less money. Yeah, how you want to make less money, because it's a mechanical law of the universe and it's about no fear. So practice, 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 practice all the spiritual principles. And when you see people who are in pain, be a safe place for them. Everybody's going to have their different length of time to heal, to grow, to come back to center. But you can start by having an intention. Be good with whatever is, because we see God everywhere. Seeing God everywhere means our highest good is at hand right now. And so it is. For about 1.5 years, I've been praying for our mentor, because she's been concerned about this election. And I'm telling you, the woman is amazing. She just swiftly got off that position and on to acceptance. So I'm going to pray for our country, but I'm going to just do very short. So Diane, briefly lead in.
Spirit am I, free of all limits. Spirit am I, free to forgive and free to love the world.
Here in the awareness that I am spirit, I remind myself that this one that is everywhere present is right here in this glorious country, in and through and as each one, in and through and as the government of this country. And what I speak my word now for is unity of all peoples, of all persuasions, that each one comes together, knowing that what is calling us together is that thing within us that knows itself as whole and knows each one as perfect, whole, and complete. I know only right action is happening. I refuse to judge, criticize, or condemn. And from that place of willingness to see with eyes of truth, opening my heart to the ways of God as truth, I say and know it is good and only good. And please help me anchor it by saying with me, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Heather. And please welcome back Jennifer Trevor.
Woohoo!
fix my eyes on truth, the author of my faith, casting aside every doubt and every weight. I fix my eyes on truth, lay my burdens down, letting the cares of this world now fade away. One thing I ask, this one thing I seek, that I could dwell in a world of love and peace. All the days of my life, I want to gaze upon its beauty and seek you in this holy place. I fix my eyes on truth, the author of my way, casting aside every doubt and every weight. I fix my eyes on you, lay my burdens down, letting the cares of this world now fade away. One thing I ask, this one thing I seek, that I can dwell in a world of love and peace. All the days of my life, I want to gaze upon her beauty and seek the light of truth and grace. One thing I ask, this one thing I seek, that I could dwell in a world of love and peace. Oh, all the days of my life, I want to gaze upon your beauty and seek you in this holy place. All the days of my life, I want to gaze upon this beauty and seek the light of truth and grace. Every day of my life, I want to gaze upon this beauty, seek the light of truth and grace.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's going to hang out up there and help me out on repertoire.
So if the stewards would please come forward, it's time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. And I remind you that there are 2 envelopes in the chair backs behind you. One of them is the envelope for your giving, and the other one is an opportunity to pledge, to make a pledge to this center. We need mine somewhere. Okay, so please repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and consecrates all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give. I give with love, and I love to give. And so it is.
So this song is in honor of dear, beloved Karen. Happy birthday. I asked her if she had some favorites, and this was at the top of the list, and of course it's a killer. And I've asked Jennifer to help me out on it. So this is the anthem for Karen called Defying Gravity, as she does. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down.
I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I let them know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I'm lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner fight defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. Limited, my future is limited, and I've just had a vision almost like a prophecy. I know it sounds truly crazy, and yes, the vision's hazy, but I swear someday I'll be up in the sky, defying gravity, flying so high, defying gravity, will never pull me down. So if you can't find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly.
And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. To those who've ground me, take a message from me. Tell them that I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity. Smash them in rebound.
And nobody in all of us,
no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down. Happy birthday, Karen. I love you. This time. All right, and let's get those kidlets in.